parent is truly successful when they bring up grandchildren that share their values and principles. I'm going to repeat myself. You are only a successful parent when the grandkids share your values and principles, because they have been so deeply embedded in your own children that they thought it was a beautiful way to raise kids, and they duplicate it into their own children. Now, on today's episode, we're going to dive into the 7 ways how you can help your kids overcome fear. Next to me, a phenomenal parent, Anna Marie Meyer. Welcome.
With naughty boys, thank you very much.
You've got the best kids.
No, they're not that bad.
Yeah, they're very tall. They're very
Yes.
tall. They're awesome. Let's get into it. Number 1, don't pretend you are not afraid of things you fear.
Kids can sense when you're lying.
Yeah, you don't want to be that, I'm not afraid of spiders.
No, kids can sense it. And it's about honesty. Do
Yes.
you want an honest child?
Yes.
That's so exactly. Rather than play open cards and say, I've got a fear for this. This is what I did to overcome it. And this is
How I manage
how I manage it. So just admit it. Kids can sense when you're lying.
So number 2, don't try and talk your child out of an irrational fear. Once panic and the ability to control a situation hits that child, there's no rational explanation or a way out of it. It has to be let go and let that feeling, let that experience happen. Once the emotion and everything has calmed down, it's very easy to navigate. But at that point, you can't.
No, screaming child, there's no way you're going to stop them.
Absolutely. Do not ever belittle a child for being scared.
No, that moment, it just, the shame on that is even worse. You can't do it. First of all, you're gonna raise a child that's gonna start hiding things from you.
Oof.
That is something that you don't want. So that point in time, and I know there's a lot out there, it's gonna happen to you once in your lifetime, where you're just furious with a child doing something, or scared of something that you think it's really silly, but don't do it. It's a real fear. You can rather discuss it afterwards and stand by, because you're just making it worse.
Absolutely agree. Number 4, don't distance from your child. So that will increase the panic. You can't distance yourself from it, like, this guy's scared of this, girl is scared of this. It's like so silly, and distance yourself. Then the panic and the fear actually grows, rather than you coming close and processing the fear, processing the emotion, processing the danger or the outcome, rather than
distancing. It's not only kids that live with fear, it's adults as well.
Absolutely.
So it really counts. And that's the thing, if you don't deal with it at that young age, you're going to struggle afterwards.
Don't rush to reassure.
I think it's human nature. So you might either react in trying to protect and hug and safeguard, or you're going to go the other route. So no matter what you do, so just maybe stand back. If that child is safe and there's no harm done at that
Yes.
specific, just stand back for a second, just rethink it. Because your reaction, either panic, is just going to worsen it, and then it's going to be panic there from every time. Or if it's too overprotective, you're going to get a child growing up to realize, if I react like this, I'm going to get my parents or my mother's or father's attention immediately.
Absolutely.
So careful.
Beautiful. Don't avoid people, places, and things that make your child anxious. Now, protecting them from a certain area and avoiding it altogether will actually make them more anxious about that place. Rather, expose them to it. They say, what happens when you fall off the horse? You have to climb back on the horse. That's the only way to deal with fear. Obviously, in a fair
you're not going to take that child and just put him back on that horse.
100%. It's a process.
To the environment.
100%. So many times when people have an accident, motor accident, even myself, I've had one big one. I promise you, the next morning I drove myself to work, but it was an emotional time for me putting that car in gear. But I had to put myself in that situation.
No, you have
because
to.
you have to overcome the fear and not be anxious about it. And then lastly, Don't ignore the important part of your child's education.
It's a learning phase, and how you handle your child's fear is eventually what's going to happen to him. But it is a learning phase. It's education. So you can't just let it go, ignore it, step away from it, overreact, panic, or trying to be overprotective. Just understand, sometimes you need to step back. It's a learning phase. It's education, because that is exactly what you're going to create one day when he's a teenager, adult, and the way he's going to treat his kids one day, or her kids one day.
Beautiful message. Thank you very much.
Okay.
If you guys enjoyed it, if you think it added value, please leave us a comment. Do hit the like button, and
Please subscribe to our channel and ring the bell.
thank you very much. Take care and have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.